McCartney, if you're ready on time.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hey.
All right, so this is Heavenly Bodies. I'm Clubwho. I'm here with...
Yeah, I'm Josh. I'm one of the developers that worked on the game. So just here to provide some insight on what Club is doing as he does it.
I forgot to turn on the in-game speedrun timer. That's okay. I've lost all point of reference for how fast we're going, but that's all right.
All right.
I'll be fine. I'll be able to feel. So, do you want to describe what Heavenly Bodies is?
Yeah, so this game is a space physics game. So the way it's set up is one analog stick controls your left arm and the other stick controls the other. And you use your hands to kind of like pull and move around off surfaces. It's a complete like microgravity, low gravity situation. So yeah, it's all about leveraging your movement through the station, which Clubwho is doing very gracefully so far.
So I want to give a heads up. The way I play this game a lot is I will be adjusting the camera a lot. So if you get motion sick, I'm sorry, but since the gameplay in this is quite hard to. It's very orientation based, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So I'll be resetting my orientation a lot to get into just good positions. So we have to, do you want to explain what this first mission is?
Yeah, sure. So what we're trying to do at the moment is set power back up on the station. So what's just happened there is we've got the switchboard running power up to this lever, which will get us through the doors and straight down the hallway to go and fix some solar panels after this.
So the first skip is actually coming up. I actually really missed the first one.
Yeah.
And normally with these doors, we have to wrench them open with like a crowbar or fix the lever. But if we just... Oh, it's not working. Get my hands closer.
I mean, that's a good sign. Yeah,
there we go.
When they're sparking, that's good. Yeah.
So we can just pull it open. And then who needs to close the airlock? There we go.
Nice.
Oh.
That was a nice little turn around the corner there.
I've done better. That's not the best one.
Okay.
Oh, my arms are stuck on my side. There we go. So do you want to explain... So there's this category called any % one player classic. Do you want to explain why it's classic and the other movement types that are in the game?
Yeah, sure. So there's 3 movement types in the game. First one is assisted, which is a bit of a concession on physics, I suppose. So wherever you point your character, you get a little bit of momentum in that direction, so you can sort of drift around the ship.
Your feet kick, don't they?
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Yeah. And then we've got classic mode, which is what we're looking at here. So you can use your arms to swim, which will give you a little bit of velocity, but apart from that, everything else is relatively accurate.
And you can push your arms in a direction to rotate your body.
Yeah, it'll spin your body if you're the wrong way around. And then we have a mode called Newtonian, which is full-on sort of like brutal physics. So you can get stranded, you can't spin on the spot, you can't swim. And it means that you really need to be within reach of a surface, otherwise you get stuck. Yeah.
Oh, I missed the handle. Oh well, that was going to be a fun bit. We used the fire extinguisher just to push ourselves down a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So this mission is you're creating a communications tower?
Yeah, so it's been brought up to the space station in a folded kind of configuration. So you're moving through it and putting it together as you go, kind of like a big Lego set, really. Yeah.
Yeah, Lego set is a good way to do it. The most difficult part with this level is these cables that you see for power and data. They can just run away from us, and it's very annoying. Also, in this level, actually a lot of the levels, the goal is to do as many tasks as you can at the same time. So you can see I'm extending the the truss. What do you call it? Yeah, the truss.
Yeah.
At the same time as I'm trying to plug this in, and then I'm going to go out and fix this antenna if I can reach it. I can't reach it. There we go.
Yeah. I think that probably is the most efficient way to do it. And now it's just a matter of calibrating the dish to get it to point in the right direction, which is happening.
So this power cable here, I actually, a lot of the first times I ran this game, I didn't know this power cable existed because every time I pulled this the truss down, it would automatically connect itself.
Oh, right, yeah, so you wouldn't notice it.
So I wouldn't notice it, and I was like, what the hell is this cable flying around?
All right, so you're doing the last one second.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, not waiting until... This is interesting, okay.
Yeah, so how much of speedruns have you actually seen of this game, not run yourself?
I mean, I do watch quite a lot of them. It can be a bit sort of time-consuming when we should still be developing. But I do like seeing things that we might have like missed or never seen someone do before, particularly like the exploits, because we go to great troubles to make sure everything's not going to fall apart. So it's interesting seeing people just completely break it.
Do you like have a level of when you see like an exploit where you're like, oh, we need to fix that and it ruins the speedrunner's day? Or do you try to keep like, oh, that's clever, and you try to keep it in for us?
Yeah, I think if it's not hurting anybody, if it's not ruining the experience, like if someone figured it out, that's kind of, like almost should be rewarded, right? It's really nice that people take the time to play it that much, yeah.
Like, I was showing you a skip recently, which we're not going to do because it's very difficult.
Yeah.
And you had actually tried to patch it out yourself. I'll point it out. So my legs are currently stuck to this, by the way.
Yeah, splits.
I'm saddling it. There we go.
Okay. So that's really good timing, having this antenna extended just as the two sections are coming together.
We don't even have to
Really
fully
nice.
extend it to get this one going either.
Nice. Yep.
Now, some of these cutscenes, like that one, we are fortunate we can skip, but there are some cutscenes, which I'm going to beg to you right now since you're next to me. Some cutscenes can't be skipped.
Yeah.
Can we skip those cutscenes in an update?
To be fair, it should be consistent, yeah. I agree
That's
with
connected.
that.
So we're actually going to do a different strat here than what I would normally do, because some of the strats we just found out. You saw me aligning the final dish just before.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that I aligned it properly. This is a bit of a... I haven't learned the lineup exactly. I just kind of know whereabouts it is. And then, so once that's plugged in, I actually grab this.
Oh, that's interesting. I have not seen that. That's good.
And pull it down.
Yeah, like a big handle, that rope. Nice.
And grab this end. Because I used to actually detach this at the start and then fling it. Oh,
yeah.
Power disconnected.
There it goes.
Okay, I missed it. Oh, well.
All right.
I have to go all the way back out and realign it, but it shouldn't take too much longer.
So for this level, what's a good time for you?
I think 4 minutes, like around 4 minutes is
Okay.
like a pretty good time. I think it's around 4 minutes 30. I can't rotate this for whatever reason. Oh, almost there. Oh, and I've let go of my
There
right
you go.
hand.
No, you had it. Yep.
How am I rotating this? There we go.
That's it.
Okay. Now we have to fly all the way back down. So at the end of each mission, we have to report back to command.
Yeah,
that
that's
we've
right.
done a good job.
Yeah, back at the terminal. Yep.
So now we'll actually be flying down for just a few seconds. So Mikami, if you have like a quick donation you want to read or anything.
Yeah, we have $50 from Ben, and it's just no comment. So thank you, Ben.
Cool. And a little note that I don't know if people notice, but as you turn on each like satellite, each communications, these TVs that I'm flying past there actually turn on.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that people miss, but it's okay. So that was one of the levels that could have gone a lot worse. It did all right. 5 minutes time. That's not bad.
Did you read that before you? Oh my god! All right, that's impressive.
So vision is the most difficult level, just because what we're doing in this one is we have to build a space telescope. Well, it'd be weird if we built an Earth telescope up here.
Yeah, that would be a little bit.
And the difficult part about this is we have to move a lot of things, such as these solar panels, and they're like heavier than us, so the momentum doesn't really work out in our favor. So I have to like slowly swim up here. And I'll also try, this can be a bit tricky at times, put all of these, you can see there's like, is that like a computer module and like...
Yeah, it's all
an
a bit of
antenna?
like science mumbo jumbo, but like we always call that the rectangle piece there, the CPU. No. Yeah, it just kind of looks like a USB drive, really. But
So unfortunately, oh no, I really broke it.
oh, you've wedged it, yeah.
I would try to put the solar panel in at the same time. Oop, I've really buggered it now. Come on. I try to put the solar panel in at the same time just because that is the fastest way. You just do one trip.
Yeah.
But if I basically knock the CPU, as you called it, down in any way, it stuffs up all the alignment. So we have to do 2 trips, which might take a few another minute or so. But
so is your technique to use these crane arms, or you get in there and do it?
nah, we use these crane arms.
Okay.
It's I imagine the time it would take to try and move around. Oh, I need that back.
Yeah.
Would just be way too long. And by the way, you can see where I'm pulling, where my control sticks are based on this little, like the gizmos on my hand. The little circles.
the little white sort of reticules coming off it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we gotta do these. Did you fix the texture? How it was like flipped on like one of these?
No, we have not. Yeah.
On one of these, the texture tells you to spin it the wrong way, which is
We were trying to be
Oh,
efficient with the textures, but it just didn't work out. Yeah.
So we have these little arms. Oh, since it's the first time this game has been played, we can teaching us everything how it goes. So fortunately, this telescope is very magnetic to all its parts, so I can pretty much leave that there, and it gets attached, and I'll just pass this one.
Bit of a
down.
nudge. Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
there we go.
Nice.
And this one sometimes doesn't go in properly, but while that one goes in, I'll try to put the solar panels back in. So normally, like, I would have put the solar panels in now. Be fine, and the solar panels running away.
Oh, you got the crane stuck.
I always do that. I always do that. That's okay. There we
There
go.
you go.
Now we have to squeeze past this.
No, you got it.
And try to catch this. But the worst is yet to come as well with the lens that I believe is arriving.
Oh yeah. It's on its way now.
It's on its way, so we
Yeah.
better get this done before the lens arrives. I'll get this arm ready. Nudge it. And we're also coming up, once I attach this to a checkpoint skip, so you can see at the bottom right, the little logo there is spinning. That means it's autosave, a checkpoint has been made.
Yeah.
And they're actually handcrafted checkpoints.
Yeah.
Which means that some parts of the level actually puts us in a better position.
So you're going to skip down to the terminal? Is that what's going to happen?
We go beyond the terminal. We go right outside the door.
Okay. Yep.
So
I'll allow that. That's
You'll
all right.
allow
Yeah.
that. Next update, change checkpoint. So coming up, so this is the big box we have to carry all throughout the station because the people who made this station decided to attach a crowbar to the very top of it.
Well,
it's like latched.
We kind of see this box as like the villain in this level, so it's probably the hardest thing to maneuver. It's quite heavy and it's large. Oh, that's nice. Nice little keychain to just pull it through.
So I actually stuffed up there. I meant to not leave the top one and just go around the sides because I had to reattach that. But that me reattaching actually worked a lot better than I had anticipated. Because sometimes when you have like overlapping like touch points, would you call them? Like
you mean where they hook on?
Yeah, because sometimes they like overlap.
Yeah, there's just like a little invisible trigger zone, so you can have 2 things in it at the same time. It can get a bit tangled, but we kind of like that. It means you can put like multiple clips onto one hook. You know, you can have like 5 things if you want it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, thankfully, this crowbar is magnetized to this edge, and hopefully as well, it's kind to us. Because I've got it sometimes where very kind.
That's a good one, I think. Yep.
And we also no, come back here. There's a lens cap on this, but I mean, while we're here, it'll be fine, right?
That's one of my favorite sounds in the game. I don't know if it came through, but it's a nice like thump kind of opening a tube of Pringles or something.
And speaking of the sounds in this game, you were just at the was it the Australian Game Awards? And these guys actually just won best sound design for game made in Australia. So can we get a round of applause for 2 point for that?
Thank you. And thanks to Mark too, one of the sound designers is in the crowd here today, so thanks to Mark as well.
Yeah, so that's awesome you guys got that.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that. They worked very hard.
And then we just gotta quickly just bonk this forwards.
Yeah. So this is the last piece, and then keen to see how you push it out into space.
Very, very delicately.
Yeah, okay.
You'll see. You'll see. So this is a cutscene I would love to skip right now. Just.
I should be taking notes or like.
well, the VODs are going to be up on YouTube, so
yeah.
it's fine. So we have to open the doors. Actually, did I just close them again? I did.
Yeah, the sirens are going off.
I'm stuck in the door. There you go. Oh, I get 2 cutscenes for it.
Nice.
Very delicately.
Just punt it out into the, yeah. Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
That's how they actually deploy satellites in real life, I believe.
It is.
It's this is actually a simulator, not a not a fun physics game. Yeah, and there's another cutscene, but this one's a bit more beautiful because it's very nice shots, nicely framed.
One of my favorite things is because this is all dynamic. So if you push it out, holding onto it, if you're still holding on at that point, you're in the cutscene, I think, which is a really nice little gag.
So now we're just making our way down. The hardest levels, this was pretty much the hardest one. They should all be over now, so hopefully it's smooth sailing from here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Coming up to minerals, which has one of my favorite skips, it's about halfway through. We actually do this level a bit out of order, so we have to mine these asteroids here. There's lovely art that we're skipping. Did you draw that yourself?
Are you talking about the handbook?
Yeah, the handbook.
Yeah, I did, yeah. So
It's like incredible art, and I'm so sad we skip it all, because it's so nice.
Yeah, just for a bit of context, so at the start of the level, you kind of like, you clock in on that terminal, and what happens is you get like a nice little handbook printout that's sort of like instructional, showing you what to do. So right now, there would be an illustration saying to attach the thrusters back onto this mining capsule. I mean, you've played it a lot, obviously, so you know what you're doing, but it sort of walks you through step by step what you should be doing.
I want both of these to go down.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
And here we go. So you can see how there's 2 seats, that this is kind of more designed for a second player in mind.
Yeah.
So the top seat, as we're in right now, is piloting this, and I can just push forwards by pressing right trigger, right bumper even. And the bottom guy, you see this little arm on the left. Well, you see it in a minute when I use it. That controls the mining arm, and we gotta go mine some minerals.
Yeah, that's right. So what's your strategy approaching the first one? Oh,
strategy is go open the checkpoint again.
Okay.
That's what the first strategy, because it puts us
right near the red
right
one,
near
right?
it.
Yeah.
So we move close to it. If I was better at the game, I'd actually just land straight into it, but I'm not better at the game. I'm sorry.
It would have been pretty suave, but.
So this one's the first one you do, and this is kind of like to introduce you how to.
Yeah. So the capsule has like a few attachments you can put on that head. So you've got a drill head, you've got a heat gun, and you've also got just like some grippy claws like in the last level. So yeah, that first one was just all you need to do is mine it, but the other ones are a little bit
not the
more
way I go.
involved. No.
It's not the way I go.
Uh-oh. Do you go to the... Yeah,
so we go to the last one second. Now I have to be careful, because the dangerous bit about all the asteroids around is if I hit one of them hard enough and it hits the thrusters, they actually break off. Now I'm actually going to take a bit of a detour just so we can check out what happened to the telescope. Oh no!
And horrific.
Oh no! Maybe it was because I scratched the lens when I put it up. That's all right. So coming up to the third one here, I'm not in the best position to be. So we have to use the heat gun to melt these rocks that are in the way.
Yeah. So it's frozen over in the shadow there. So we're just melting them off. Pop in there.
And we also have to remove the rocks. Oh, it's
Is there a reason why you do this one second?
It sets us up better for the last one.
Okay.
What are we missing?
There's a bit of ice there.
Yeah, but it's like normally you just scan over it. There we go.
There you go.
Now hopefully I'm able to just go here and go quite close to it and just be able to... I just realized we don't have to spend that time placing it back because we don't use it after... Oh, fantastic. That's awesome. So sometimes those rocks actually take a lot of force to pull out, but fortunately they were just like pre-broken. So now we just get this arm nice and long and we just slowly try to not do that.
No.
Try not to do that.
So are you trying to get the head right into the cave? You're not going to hop out?
I didn't know it was possible, so originally
Oh,
I would pop out.
Yeah.
But was that intentional? You just made it long enough?
Yeah, we'll say yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's kind of tricky. We like giving like alternate ways to do stuff. So the idea was that you'd hop out there and use your hands, but as you've just proven, like it's kind of satisfying when you figure out a second way to do it. We did have it like just out of reach of the crane head, but it felt like so cruel. So we just made it doable.
So we're coming up to one of my favorite skips. So this next asteroid has a lot of debris covering it, just like the last one. It's not frozen over though.
No.
But if we go on the other side of it, since it's all loose, and we just hit the asteroid hard enough...
Nice. It's all gone.
It's all gone. So now I have to be careful I don't hit these small ones around, or drill into one of the small ones, or that they go in. Okay. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. That's okay. We're actually... Oh, come on. Just out of reach.
Nice.
Now, So when you leave the chairs, whatever input you were holding when you left actually stays, which means we can just like keep drilling as long as we want. There we go. I forgot the button to leave. I actually want to close this door right now because we're going to be going through a lot of asteroids.
Yeah, you take on a lot of loose rocks if you leave that open.
Yeah. Ooh. It's not as bad now as if we lose one of the thrusters because all of our fine motor controls that we need are it's all done. It's just we need to be stationary for those ones. But now we have to go back to the station and another fun little skip inspired by ramming the asteroid. But since we've got so far to go, Mikami, if you've got any this can be a few donations, or if you've got anything to read.
We don't have any donations, but I guess I'll just do a general spiel on who we are. So we're AusSpeedruns, a group doing speedrun events to raise money for charity. For this event, we're raising money for Game on Cancer, which is a charity that funds early career cancer researchers who are working across all areas of cancer research. So if you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com. Someone in chat should be able to bring up the donate command, but we also have an in-person donation jar there. We do have some incentives, like the one that's coming up that's been getting a lot of traction is what color to make Spyro for the upcoming run later tonight.
Okay, cool. So we're coming up here. So when we dock with the station, all the capsules are going to explode out. So if we hit the station hard enough...
Oi, that was...
No, that was actually a really bad one. All the capsules stayed in except the blue one.
Yeah.
I got one. The best is when they all come out into this section. And these capsules can also be a pain to insert. They have to be, the tolerances are so tight.
Yeah. And they've got a mind of their own. Like sometimes they just drift off through the whole station. So, I don't know, maybe it's handy that they stayed in here for you. I don't know.
No.
Okay.
It's, I do find that the second they leave that room that we're putting them in, they do drift somewhere. I kind of at times think that you have some sort of, the second they leave the room, you like add force so they make, like so they explore, like there's air currents specifically for them just because they do wander so much.
I mean, we're not that mean. They seem to just do it on their own, so we were happy with that. We didn't need to add it in.
No, I can't see. I think we're good on time, which is fortunate. We had a bit of a bad visions. Don't tell me the time. It's one of the marathons.
Okay.
I can just feel we're kind of on time. There we go. And now we're on to Oxygen. Oxygen's actually my favorite level, both the style of it and also the music. I just think it's awesome.
Yeah, so this was meant to be one of the sort of slower, more meditative levels. It's pretty much about gardening, really, but I mean, you're just going to shred through it speed running, so you probably won't get a feel for it. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that you like it.
So the current issue is that all the plants are frozen over and the sun shield's closed.
Yeah.
So we have to open the sun shield, but that's currently blocked by a bit of debris that we have to go out and fix right now. It's a little piece here. There we go, nice and easy. Sometimes that can be, they can get stuck. Not too much, but that was actually really a good pull.
Yeah, I think you had a good angle on it that time. It just came straight out. Yeah.
Now, if you've noticed, I've actually been using the airlocks properly.
Yeah, I think I know what's coming up. I think I know what you're going to do.
So, and thankfully there's a cutscene just to perfectly illustrate what's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, God.
If I can make it in time.
All right. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. And also the, so when we're in cutscene, we don't have, we can't go to the menu and load a checkpoint, but if we go out of bounds.
Oh, so you intentionally let go to respawn? Is that what you've done?
Yep.
Okay. So I guess also just to explain what happened there. So the plants were all frozen over, and you would normally need to come in and uproot them by hand and throw them out. But what Club's done is just create a vacuum which sucks it all out for you.
Yeah, so
yeah,
you've actually modeled like air rushing out, like that sort of physics.
Yeah. The internals of the ship, there's sort of like a little vacuum section, so we know when something is pressurized or depressurizing, and yeah, it's a semi-accurate simulation, I'd say.
Yeah, that's nice. So we got to plant some new seeds, some soil, as I believe the in-game calls it.
Yeah, so we're using the minerals that you collected from the last level to basically like crunch them up.
Do you have one in mind?
Oh, pick your favorite color.
All right,
really?
This one's the closest. That's my favorite
color.
I need to grab the vacuum first, just because the vacuum, it can be hard to maneuver. So once we crush this, and once I can grab onto the button.
There you go.
We actually don't need that many. I'll try to get a few more just in case. We haven't figured out how many you need. Do you know off the top of your head how many it is or how it works?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's maybe around 50% of it. I can't remember how many shards it breaks into, sorry.
That's okay. So we started the centrifuge, which the button is in the center to turn it on.
Yeah, so that's like that was an intentional setup, because you're executing this with some great skill, but what usually happens is someone will go in to turn on the centrifuge and you can't get out quick enough, so you're forced to kind of like spin around with the rocks as they're separating. But you were just out of there way too quick.
Yeah, in some of my speedruns I do get stuck in it, and since I've been practicing for this event, I've done no reset speedruns.
Yep.
And so it's just always awkward just sitting there for a good 30 seconds or so, wasting time.
Yeah.
I can't grab the hose here, so we have to water all the plants. Okay, that's good. We only have to plant 10, by the way. There's 20 in total.
Yeah.
In co-op, do you have to plant all 20, or is it still
No,
just the 10?
you don't. No. So like if you're having a good time and you want to plant all of them, you can. But yeah, we found that it can be a bit strenuous doing 20 every time. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So hopefully this hose behaves with us, because like a real hose in like space, it has a force.
Yeah, it generates a bit of thrust there. So you're holding onto the bars to stay planted, but if you weren't, you'd
good
just,
one.
Yeah.
Stay planted?
Yes. I did not mean that.
Yes, you did. It also, the hose itself has like a higher priority than the bars to grab onto.
Yes.
So we'll grab onto the bars. I'll try to, and I'll just grab onto the hose instead, and then I'll just continue flying.
Yeah, you
in
got
the
yourself
direction.
a little hose jetpack when that happens, just zooming around. There you go.
I'll just leave it for fun. And so the oxygen is being like collected right now. Ooh, there's a flashlight. And once that green bar on the left, or is it green? I hope it's green.
It is, yeah. There's a lot of glare on it.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
So now we can just finish this.
Answer the phone.
The phone, not the walkie.
Handset?
Handset?
What? Yeah.
Well, you're the designer.
No.
You get to choose.
It's a handset. It's a handset.
There's actually one of the like concept arts is like 16 or like 20 different designs of this box. So
yeah,
a lot of like care and attention and iteration went into pretty much every aspect of this game.
Yeah.
Just say it. Just go with it. Yeah, you put in a lot.
Thanks for noticing. That's it's nice.
So we're coming up to we have to start another like power generator. Whenever I speedrun this bit, I always wonder. So I'll ask you here: what's the point of solar panels if this big engine exists?
Well, the generator in this level is supposedly doing something with that oxygen that you just extracted from the garden. So the idea is that the pipes that you could kind of see in the last level going into the extractor, we kind of imagine that they're going back into another part of the ship.
Okay.
Which is this.
Which is this?
Yeah, that you're coming up to. Yeah.
There's a bit of Heavenly Bodies lore, everybody.
There you go. Yeah.
That might be exclusive.
Okay. Could be. But yeah, there's a bit of fake, like, pseudoscience going on. But, you know.
In an interview you said at Acme recently, you said this was the most fake part. Like, this has no sort of resemblance to a real-life thing. Of course, like oxygen, plants.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to point it out in front of so many people, but yeah, this space is pretty big compared to the rest of the game. Yeah.
Sorry, I just ruined it. It's a game.
So we got like the super happy fun slide here that pushes you along with the air.
It's always fun. A little tip for these sections is to only use one arm and just let go, because the second you put any force in, it just jams you.
Yeah.
We have a pretty. Oh,
that sound.
That sound gives me the creeps every time. Hopefully that fuse. So we have to replace that fuse before we can get into the room. That fuse also has a mind of its own and will reconnect itself.
Yes.
So I tried to actually push it into the room we just were in, unsuccessfully though, because if it's in that room, it won't harm us. But
do you ever throw it from this room into the next room?
This one, or
yeah? Have you ever managed?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
go try it.
Yeah. Might as well. If I can move forwards.
That might do it.
Nah, it's too far to the left. It bounced back.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sometimes if you can get it in straight away. And we also so we're in the. Is it the engine room or?
Yeah, we
generator.
We go with generator.
Generator.
Yeah.
We actually do this with the lights off just because nothing a part of the game changes. But of course, since this is a marathon run, we got to show what we're doing. Also makes things better because normally it's a sound cue for this for cleaning the vents. We can hear when they like clear up.
Yeah.
But we can, since we have visuals, we can see it too.
Yeah, so it's like we've got three bits of maintenance we need to do on this. So we've got to swap the spark plug, which Club's already done. We need to clean the exhaust pipes, which you've done one.
Yeah. So we go through here.
And then we also need to tighten up the discs on it, but the ratchet is lodged in the fan down here. So once we grab that, ramps back up. And now Club's actually climbing against the force, and there you go. Yeah.
And then we're through. So now we could do these like flywheels. Was that what you would call them?
Yes. I mean, we just refer to them as discs, but yeah, discs. They would be. Yeah.
They look like they have some momentum behind them.
Yeah.
So we can tell when they're done is that they'll just stop screwing in.
Yeah. So they're all kind of off axis, and as you tighten them up, they center themselves a bit more. You can kind of tell too that it's sounding a lot healthier. Like it's revving up a bit more. It's got a bit more oomph.
Yeah. Hopefully it stays that way.
Well, we'll see.
So now we just got one more exhaust pipe to clean. If my pipe cleaner wants to behave. Fortunately, we haven't. It's very, very sensitive. Fortunately, sometimes the pipe cleaner can get stuck in your elbow, and you cannot. Yeah, you kind of have to just either wait for it or you just checkpoint. So there we go.
I've actually got a bit of a tip for you with that one if you want to hear it. If you put the brush in before you've tightened the discs, because the whole machine is wobbling, over time the brush just
What have we missed?
Oh, maybe check the manual?
If we open the manual, there's like a cutscene that plays. There we go. There was just one more. Yeah. Oh no, it pushed us away. What could happen? Don't worry, there's this lever that then stops it from going too crazy, right?
Should.
Oh.
Of course.
Oh. So now we have to evacuate the space station. And this level is actually, it's very long in the sense, in the length sense, not so much the time sense, because it's every level so far kind of mashed together in a destroyed, broken state.
Yeah, it's kind of like a medley of all of them. So spatially, it is the biggest level. It's almost like it's kind of like a jungle gym laid out now. It's like an obstacle course.
And unfortunately, we skip a good chunk of it because going through all the parts is way too long, takes way too much time. So what we'll do is we'll break out here, try to give myself a good, oh, no, my arm's stuck. And we shall just swim outside of everything. And we'll get pretty close to actually the signal loss. So hopefully don't hit 100%, but we're looking to kind of stay around 80 or 90% just because that sets us up the most. Yeah, there we go. That's all good. And we got an achievement back from outer space. So we want to go, not this one, there's one more across that we need to reach. And in there's a new strat found where we can actually pretty much go straight to the end of the level. Except to do that, we have to pull apart the station. And there's so many forces involved that it's actually really difficult. Instead, we just stick our head there, which is a cutscene.
To get the checkpoint, right.
Cutscene checkpoint.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we didn't soft lock. So at that point, we could soft lock, just because I might be spamming A. But thankfully, we.
Did you discover that little trick, or?
No, that was IMO Snail. So
okay.
There's one of the runners, the world record holder, IMO Snail. He is just insane at this game. It looked like the game came out and he immediately got an insane run. I was so confused.
Is he like your nemesis?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
His run is like minutes faster than mine.
Right.
And we'll actually wait for this fan to push us up because it just helps us crawl across. This is the ring we're just in. We pull this down. And we're actually almost, so I also mentioned the texture for like these vents and things. That's actually one of my favorite textures. It's so simple because it's like simple.
It was one of the more simple ones to make.
But it just looks so clean.
Yeah.
And fits the art style so well.
Yeah. That's a good little launch. So this door's closing on you. Yeah, easy.
Yeah. Oh. And there we go. So we're actually almost at the end of the game. Time's still got like a minute or two to go.
You're looking pretty.
Pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I don't need to retime this because I know it's not a good run. But just want to thank everyone for watching this speedrun. Want to thank AusSpeedruns for having us be here and Pax for letting us be here. Thank you to Josh and Alex, who's the other part of the other half of your development team. He's currently in Queensland. Maybe he's watching us. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Thank you guys for developing this game.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Thanks for playing it. Thanks for having us here. It's really, really cool. Great to be able to do this.
Is there anything else you want to shout out? Or?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
So we get introduced to gravity here, which is the true nemesis of the game. And there's a skip where you go on top of the capsule, but I'm really bad at it. So we just go down here and we go the normal route because the trigger for the end of the games just above the capsule. But again, it's pretty difficult. Time is coming up, so there's a bit of a delay when we leave the screen and when time is happening. So again, thank you everyone for watching. Please donate. It goes to a great cause. And time. What was it? 40 minutes. So that's actually really good. I would have been much happy with 9 seconds less. Got a sub 40, but seeing as when I first started this game and I was kind of the first person to really try to route this, I didn't think I thought a sub 40 might be, months down the line, and here we are. Almost
that is a very good time.
Doing it live.
On the stage, yeah.
Anyway, there's your name up the top, just missing. That's all from us, so thank you all. And Blinks 2 is coming up next, I believe, so stick around. Or is it just Blinks? I'm sorry.
Just Blinks the time.